welcome back. So we are playing Gravel today. This is just a demo though. I do not have the full game. One thing I just noticed that I am on the PS4 and the fan, the cooling fan for it just turned on right when I started the demo. It just kicked on like high gear. Now it's finally settling down, but it's still on. But I don't have too many games that do that, so I don't know why it's doing that. It's not really, I've played this before, it's not really a great graphics game, and I don't think there's a whole lot to it, so I don't know why it would do that. So we're going to go on this one, this track. We'll play with this car, Toyota Celica Turbo. So I'm going to go into race options. I'm going to turn that to easy. I'm not trying to go for winning, I'm just trying to go for just a, see how the game is. Auto brakes off. I always turn off the help. Manual transmission. Okay, so, alright, so there we go. And then, the only other thing, I don't know how to change the buttons. I guess maybe we'll try to see if it's on this screen here. If you hear noises in the background, I do not have a dedicated gaming room. I am in my living room, and I do have animals. I have 3 dogs and 4 cats, and my girlfriend lives with me, and so if you hear background noises, that's why. The cats were just eating, so you might hear some background noises, and just either a meow or some whatever. There we go. So we're gonna. Oh, that's not available.
Not exactly on
okay.
holiday here, and the next race is gonna show it to
How
you
do I change the
loud and
buttons
clear.
then?
Stay strong. The Off-Road Masters Avalanche is ready to launch.
Oh, game options. There we go. Nope, still not in there. HUD. Ooh. Map, home, power position. Alright, so go back. I don't know. I'm actually gonna go back. Maybe it's in this. No? Alright, we'll just go start race and see what happens. So, I don't know if... Okay, it's... I changed the buttons last time I played this, and I don't know how I did. So, I don't use the triggers for gas and brake on most games. I actually use X and square on PlayStation, and I'm already kind of messing up. But, and then what was the... Okay, spun him out. I'm trying to remember all the stuff. I've played this before, but I actually played it yesterday a little bit. I was trying to do a stream and something messed up, so I was playing a few other racing games, and my audio was messing up for some reason. My internet was slow or something. Okay, he's gone. Alright, it's this button here, the middle button. Oop, don't want that one. Okay, I do this view normally. So one thing I'm noticing already is I do not like the tachometer the way it is. It has the that light gray background behind the white bar, and it's hard to see, especially if you're just glancing at it. It's hard to see where your RPMs are, especially when it gets into the red too. So just at first glance, it's just hard to see. Oop. And I've mentioned it on other videos. I do have an eye problem. I got an eye injury at work that I get double vision, so especially with games that I don't play very often or at all, it takes me a while to, like, I don't know, I can't see very well, especially on this game where it's there's a lot of snow and visibility's low. But on tracks I don't know, I have a harder time, of course. I can't see where I'm going as easily as I used to be able to. But I got injured I soldered parts, and I had hot solder fly into my eye and right into the center of my pupil, so I have a burn scar from that, which I didn't know. It didn't happen until 6 months after the burn, or after the solder went into my eye, so it was really weird. I took a nap and woke up an hour later and all of a sudden had double vision, and that was neighborhood of 6 months after the solder flew into my eye. So it was really weird. I've had it now it's been since October. So I don't know what to do, honestly, so I never reported it at work because everything was fine after like a day. My eye didn't hurt anymore or anything like that. And then all of a sudden I have this vision problem, so I should have reported it. Lesson learned. I'm still going to try to see if I can talk to HR and stuff. We had our human resources person left, so we have actually it's the old human resources person that
Another edition of Off-Road
I have to talk to, and they're really busy because the other one just left.
We'll be back next week.
So anyway, for this game, I'm going to, like, the snow on that was pretty, it was somewhat bad looking, and then the snow on the ground was not that great looking. We're going to do a different race. We're going to do the same race, but with different, wait, maybe we can go in here. There we go. This is where the more options are. So accelerate, let's see, change. So gas, brake, gear up, gear down, handbrake. I don't use rewind, so I don't care about that. Rear view. I don't have anything for R1. Change camera, spawn. What's triangle? Nothing? Okay, so that's alright. We'll just leave it at that since I remember. Oh, triangle's respawn. Duh. Okay. So we're going to go back. That's what I was looking for. Now I should be a little bit better. Because that's how I use gas and brake. I use X and square for gas and brake. For me, it's quicker. And the older Gran Turismo games and stuff that I used to play, I put probably hundreds or even thousands of hours on when I was younger. They shifted with R2 and L2, so I just got used to that, and I do that with every racing game that I can. So we're going to go to the same track. Like I said, you might hear background noises. My heater just kicked on, so you might hear it has like a whine to it that comes through the vents, so you might hear that. And my dog's being weird. So, let's see. What we're going to do is we're going to go to the same car, same track, but we're going to go clear day instead. Braking help? I don't want braking help. My bad. I didn't want that either. So that could have been part of why I couldn't pass somebody right away. Alright, so here we go. So, I have never played the full version of this game. If it's better than this, then, I mean, I don't know if it is. I honestly can't imagine it being too much better. Usually demos are pretty close. But we're going to see how this looks. So far, I believe they were trying to be competitive with Dirt, the Dirt series, and so far it's actually not terrible. It's not the best. Let's see how this looks. Okay, that still looks eh. Oh, okay. Oh, I am hit. Now I'm hitting the wrong thing. Alright, so actually, this isn't too bad. The graphics are decent. My car looks good in spots. Oh, spin out. Get up, get up, get up. Try to spin him out. Don't have enough. There we go. No, he got it. But, ooh, he's trying to get me now. Ooh, alright. Anyway, so, I still don't like the tachometer. So far, that's the only thing I really don't like. The way the cars handle isn't bad. It feels a lot like Dirt. Like I said, I know that's probably what they're trying to compete against, and it really does feel I mean, with the driving, it's not bad. It slides around pretty nice, but you know how you would imagine dirt and snow would be. The steering's not very twitchy. I mean, it feels like it at times, but for the most part, it's okay. And the braking's a little weird, but I guess that's still... When you brake, you still kind of stay straight, but I guess that happens on snow, so snow and dirt. I have to kick out the rear end and aim it. So if I do that, I haven't kicked out the rear end on this game in a while, so we'll see. Oh, and I am staying in third gear when I shouldn't be. Oh, hello. Ooh, okay, so the handbrake is sensitive. Oh, hello. The handbrake is very sensitive. Oh man, I am messing up just from doing that handbrake. Oh, come on. Yeah, just from doing that handbrake, it didn't like that. I didn't even hold it very long, and it acted like I held it for a while. Again, I do not like that tachometer. The RPM gauge, if you don't know what I'm talking about. The RPM gauge is called a tachometer. And it does, I don't like how it looks with that white bar over a light gray bar until you get into the red. I don't like that. Oh, he's trying to spin me. One more lap. Come on. Okay, the sliding around part is not bad. It really isn't. So the graphics are decent. I mean, it feels like an earlier PS4 game. See, I'm stuck. I had it in third gear thinking I'm accelerating, but I'm not. I'm waiting for that white bar to go up. It's really hard to see. I hate that. Oh, hitting walls. Okay, so normally I am a lot better at racing games when I'm not talking, or you know, if I'm getting distracted. I am, of course, a lot worse, like everybody else would be. But for the most part, I am actually very good at racing games. I'm not as good as I used to be, especially with my eye injury, but I used to be pretty well, like I used to be world ranked on a few racing games. Gran Turismo 5 Prologue, I was very, very high up in the rankings on one track. Drive Club on PS4, I was very high up in the rankings on one track. I was actually 26th in the world on the first track of Drive Club. And then on Gran Turismo 5 Prologue, on one of the tracks, broken down by certain cars, which was a Nissan 370 GT. I think that's what it was called. It was a Nissan Skyline, or I think it was supposed to be a Skyline. It might have been Skyline. I'm not sure. But it was a 370 GT. It wasn't a 370Z. It was a 370 GT, I think. But I was third in the world and first in the US for about a month, minus about 20 minutes, when I had a friend that beat my time. He messaged me, and I went back on the game and beat his time. So I was back at third again, third in the US and first, or sorry, third in the world and first in the US again. I don't have proof of that. I do have proof of the Drive Club one, though. So I might include that in one of the videos at some point when I get to Drive Club, maybe, because Drive Club does not have world rankings anymore. They shut the servers down like 2 years ago. But Drive Club, I was 26th in the world on the first track, and that was after it was already out for like a year and a half. I got it on PlayStation Plus when it was free, which I think it was already out for a year or so before they released it on PlayStation Plus for free. So I know one of my friends on my friends list was over 2 millionth place. He was like 2,355,000 or something like that. So there was over 2.3 million people playing that game, and I got 26th. And I checked it about 6 months later, and I was still in the 50s. I think I was like 54th place. So the thing is with that is, like I said, I'm very good at racing games. I've tried to beat my own time, and I do see, like I could see where I could improve by maybe about 2 seconds, which would have put me into like 15th place. But basically what would happen is I would go faster in one curve, and where I was at a higher rate of speed for the next curve, and I would mess up the braking timing. I'd either do it a little bit too late or a little bit too early, and that would mess up my time for that curve, or turn, I should say. So I would basically be faster on one turn and then slower on the next, and that's what would screw me up. and I'd pretty much get almost the same time. So I tried it many times, and I just could not get it down. I couldn't beat my own time. But realistically, I could see where I could pick up like 2 seconds, maybe. So, like I said, that would have put me neighborhood of 15th place instead of 26th. And also, I guarantee whoever had first place on that list was cheating, because when you have millions of people playing a game, the first place time is not going to be 30 seconds faster than the second place time, and then where the third place time is only a couple hundredths off of second place, and so on. Like second, third, and fourth are only a few hundredths apart. And for instance, my time 26th was like it was about 4 seconds off of second place. And but first place beat second place by almost a half a minute, which was impossible to do. Honestly, it was impossible to do. So even though I have a picture of me 26th place, I believe I was 25th, because there is no way that first place could have even had that without cheating. I don't know how they hacked it, but I don't know if that game was on computer or what. But either way, but I will do a review of Drive Club also. It's still available, I believe. I looked at it on the PlayStation Store and could not find it on my phone app, but I believe it's still possibly in the store on the PlayStation. I'll have to check at some point. I just downloaded it from my download list and it still works, so last I knew at least. I'll have to see. I mean, it still loads, but I have not tried a race, so. But either way, so with this game, this Gravel, I'm going to do one more race. Sure you want to restart? Yes. So far, when the weather is going, I'm not a fan of it, of how it looks. This doesn't look terrible. It's a little bit, I don't know. You can see there's, like, the lines aren't very good. They're okay. Like, they're not great, but they're okay. And the snow in the background, like, in the daytime one, when it's not snowing, it looks pretty decent. But, I mean, it's decent. So, I gotta wait, start again. So, the cars, you know, when you're driving along and stuff, they look fine. Like, they look okay. The sun in your face, doesn't look bad. The mountains and stuff don't look bad either back there. They're a little bit blurry, but not bad. And, oh, this guy's really trying to get me. Okay, I got him though. The trees and everything look okay. Oh, I messed up that turn. That was completely my fault. I just can't get over that tachometer. Oh, that's again my fault. That tachometer is just terrible how they did that. I know Gran Turismo, Gran Turismo Sport, which was the one before 7. I know their tachometer is similar, which is, I'm wondering if that's where they tried to get this from. Because I don't know if Gravel was out before Gran Turismo Sport. But, I'm wondering if that's where they tried to grab it from. But Gran Turismo Sport doesn't have that light gray bar. It's actually black. So it's a lot easier to see than this one. This one's just... Like, I mean, if you're just trying to glance at it real quick to see where you're at, like what RPMs are at in the which gear. I mean, of course the gear is clearly visible, but the RPMs are not. I gotta use the e-brake more, because when I hit the normal brakes... Oh! Man, that is, I barely tapped that e-brake and it acted like I held it. So there's another kind of strike against that. Oh, and I just upshifted in the third and it didn't do anything. But I hit the button, but it didn't upshift. I thought I was in third. Because I was still in second. So, overall, it's not a bad game. It's just, there's definitely a lot of room for improvement. Like I said, it's trying to compete with Dirt, and Dirt's had plenty of games out. They have Dirt Rally. I think they're on the second or third one by now. I have Dirt Rally 2.0 somewhere. It was just a free game, but I have Dirt 5 There's also Dirt Showdown, which is a completely different type of game. See, there we go again. I just hit that e-brake and just tapped it. That's crazy. The e-brake is not very good. Actually, it's not. I'd say it's terrible. The driving is good, actually. It's decent. It's like I said, it feels like dirt. It feels like a dirt racer. Like it feels like you're driving on dirt and snow. It's not. It doesn't stick to the road too much. It's very, it slides around a lot like it would on snow and dirt. So
what a thrilling race!
I don't know.
Many years as a commentator, and these guys still manage to leave me speechless.
That tachometer is terrible. That's absolutely terrible. The snow, like the look of the game is not bad. It looks like it's an early PS4 game, which I think this actually kind of was. So that's understandable, but trying to compete with Dirt, the games I've played, like when I played Dirt is a lot more realistic than this. Of course, like I said, they've had a lot more games and they've had a lot more time into it. So, of course, it's going to be better. But this one, it's a good try at being like Dirt, but it kind of failed. The driving, like I said, the driving's okay. The handbrake is terrible. The tachometer's terrible. I would give this, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say it's like a 6.5 to 7. It's definitely playable, and it's definitely, it's not terrible, it's not good, but it's worth maybe, if you're spending 10, 15 bucks, maybe it might be worth it. Higher than that, I wouldn't pay that much more than that. But yeah, I'm not too impressed with it. It's, like I said, it's decent, but I'm not impressed. So if you have any questions, comments, leave them down below. If you think that I should have rated this different, let me know why. And just we can have a discussion about it, or I can do a follow-up video. But other than that, I just think that it's a good try, but it still fails at trying to be like Dirt. But anyway, so I will be doing some racing game streams. If you see them on YouTube, thank you for checking out my YouTube channel. I got plenty of other videos for you to check out. There's basically almost every type of game. Even back to PS2. I think actually Dreamcast is the earliest I've gone so far, but I do have older systems. I just don't know if I have a original NES from 1989, and I don't know if it works right now. Last I knew, it worked for a month, worked perfect, and then all of a sudden it was doing the green blinking screen. So I have not used it for over 10 years since then. So I moved around a lot, so it's for between 2010 and 2017, I moved around like 7 or 8 times. So I had my stuff in a storage garage for a short time. I was technically homeless for a short time, and so my stuff was in a storage garage until I bought my house out here. I had a house somewhere else, and stuff happened, and so now I have a house out across the other side of the country, and but it took a little while to get into it after I moved out here. So I had stuff in a storage garage. But anyway, I'm sure you don't want to hear about my stuff unless if you want to hear more stuff, more about my past, just throw a comment down there, I guess. And maybe I'll do a video about it if or include it in a video if people are really wanting to know. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to be doing more streams. I don't know how to work Twitch very well yet. For some reason, it only saves my videos for a week. And I don't know how to do the scheduling and all that stuff. And honestly, I don't know if I can schedule right now, just with all the stuff going on in my life right now. I'm just trying to do videos in between, like when I go home from work and stuff. Let's see. I told you earlier my PlayStation 4's fan was on. It still is, but it has settled down. But it was at like super high speed when I first started this game, and now I can barely hear it, but it's still running. So, like I said, I have a lot of other games that I feel like they take a lot more computing power than this game, and they don't run the fan, so I don't know why it's doing that. So, but anyway, like and subscribe if you would like. I would really appreciate it. And I also have another channel that is called Timmy P Style. That's a channel that has some of my older video game stuff, and but it also has random videos. It's like a 15 to 20 year old channel. I've had it forever, so that's my main one. But I don't do video game stuff on that anymore. I did this one separate for video games. So, and if you want to find me on PlayStation and Xbox, my name is Lois Must Die 15. So Lois Must Die 15. So just in a comment or a message, just tell me, hey, I saw your video or whatever. So, and I'll add you to my list. So just let me know. And on to the next one. I hope I see you guys on the next one.